is about Aaron Rodgers playing next season, as he talked to the reporters yesterday to confirm that he is planning to play. And I expected this. This isn't breaking news to me. This isn't like, what? Right? He made a promise. He said, yeah, before the season, I want to play 2 or 3 years. And I think, my biggest question is the coaching search. Like, is it going to be connected with Aaron Rodgers? Like, we know that Rodgers needs to be comfortable in a system. So, like, you can't go out there and get like a Ben Johnson, and then Ben Johnson tries to establish his system with Rodgers, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be very curious. I'm very curious to see the coaches that they bring in. Are they going to be bringing him in because of Aaron Rodgers? Are they going to try to develop a system? Like, my perfect scenario is the Jets hire a coach, they draft a quarterback, or they just develop Jordan Travis, and then Rodgers plays next season with not a lot of expectations, and then we just have a new coaching staff to develop something special. So I don't know what this means for the future of this team, but Rodgers wants to return. Devontae Adams is going to be here next year again. We're going to be running it back with Devontae, Garrett Wilson, Brees, Sauce. Jermaine Johnson will be healthy coming off the Achilles. The same talent's going to be there. The only pending free agent that we have is DJ Reed, which we may be losing in free agency, which is going to be tough. Jamian Sherwood, who is third right now in total tackles, who's been filling in for CJ Mosley as a free agent. We got to lock him up. But I don't know what this means. What's your thoughts of Aaron Rodgers committing to next year?
Yeah, man. You were right, Richie, all this time when you said that he'll be playing 2 years, and there you have it. He's going to be back, all right? You don't mess with Aaron Rodgers in the offense. I think your issues right now is just, again, continuity, consistency, and, just in play calling possibly as well. Now, when you talk about your next head coach, I think that's even more important to this whole situation. And I wanted to ask you, are there like three candidates out there that you would love?
It's hard because, Ben Johnson sounds great, but that's so unrealistic. He's not going to want to come here and play with Rodgers. It's a completely different system. Mike Vrabel is a guy I think that has experience that I think would be a good leader. He has experience with it, in the NFL. My dream scenario, pipe dream, unrealistic, is hiring somebody as a football president. And that's Pete Carroll. I would love to bring Pete Carroll in as the head of football ops and have him hire a coach, have him hire a coaching staff and a GM. We need somebody because Woody's abandoning us again. And he's going to give us to the incompetent owner of his brother, Christopher Johnson. I don't want Christopher Johnson to be the guy calling the shots. I want the Johnsons to hire a football mind to act as the active owner, make him the president, and then he hires the coach, he hires the GM. They have a structure issue in this Jets franchise, in my opinion, in terms of it's the owners and then it's the GM and head coach in the same level. Well, there needs to be a change in structure in order for something to change if the Johnsons are not if the Johnsons are not selling the team, which they're not doing it. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Here's what I'll say. I think y'all need to get that defense back intact. I personally feel like if your defense was playing at the level we know they can play at, or the last 2 years, y'all have at least 3 more wins on your resume right now.
Salo's 2-3 with this team.
Yeah.
By the way, 2-3.
But when you look at the pace of that, 4-6, but if this defense was playing at the level that we know that it could, and that's where I think you need to stay. If you're going to keep Aaron Rodgers in house, you need to stick with like a Vrabel. Somebody like that who can help get this defense back intact the way that because you got the weapons. It's a dream job for a defensive guy to come in and have. And the most important thing is just hiring the right offensive coordinator. Not so much the head coach that can call plays and be an offensive guy. Just hiring the right offensive coordinator that can call plays. All right? That's what I think, because those defensive coaches, not only do they have your defense playing well, but they have better accountability on the entire roster. So I like a Vrabel. What are your thoughts of a Brian Flores?
His system is the polar opposite of what the Jets system is. It's 3-4 rather than 4-3. So I like Brian Flores, but that's going to be a completely flip of scheme.
Your system's failing right now.
Yeah, I mean, if there's signs of success of the system, but like the personnel that we have on this team now is fit for one system. So if you bring him in, then there's like the personnel on this team, they're going to have to learn new positions basically, like everybody. And I don't think that would be smart, just from a schematic standpoint. But I don't know. I don't really want to go do another former Dolphins coach. I really don't, to be honest.
Help me out real quick. What schematic system were the Patriots running all those years?
3-4.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the same?
Then Brian Flores, yeah.
And
not the Jets.
Right now, y'all are running
4-3, similar to the 49ers, the Texans. It's
y'all
a base 4-3.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
y'all
it's a different. We run the same system as the 49ers, where we rely on a 4-man rush to get home. We don't blitz a lot. Whereas the 3-4, you like to disguise blitzes. You gotta have outside linebackers coming in, and they're like outside linebackers, but they're pass rushers. You have 2 linebackers instead of 3. So that's the difference of the scheme. And the Jets used to run 3-4 with Todd Bowles.
Yeah, and Vrabel runs.
I think he runs a 4-3.
I think 3-4. Well, that's the thing. Some of these guys they know how to mix it up and they run hybrids.
Yeah. I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Almost like I'm so used to Tennessee having those three big guys in the middle, athletic guys, and then those 2 outside linebackers.
Yeah, maybe it's it's 3-4.
Yeah, they run the 3. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting different scheme. You know, the difference between 4-3 and 3-4. I think that the Jets have the personnel to be versatile and change it, but we shall see, man. We shall see. So that's going to wrap